this year is called Put a Story in Your Pocket. Last year I did a project called Listen and Doodle so that we could actually have groups listen to audiobooks. But this year we've added on to that by getting another one. This one's called Put a Story in Your Pocket, and it's about playaways. Have any of you ever seen a playaway? Have you ever used an Audible book? You listened to an audiobook before? I know you kids have listened to an audiobook before. You have interactive books maybe, capstone books, you can click on things. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Audible books. But this is a little bit different. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our school first here. We use the Accelerated Reader program. Do any of you use Accelerated Reader? Okay. Do you do it for prizes, that kind of thing, or do you do it just to try to meet your goal? That's what we do at Jenkins. Every child has an individual goal, so if you read on a higher level, you're expected to have lots more points than someone who reads on a lower level. So it's all individualized, and every 9 weeks, when a child meets their goal, they are recognized at the board meeting by getting a certificate, and they get their picture made, that kind of thing. So it's been very successful. So these are the good things. And at Jenkins, we have over 7,000 ebooks. And that's a really good thing because when I started, we had 20 ebooks total. So we now have the MyOn program, and it provides up to 7,000 books. So it's really good. So these are the good things. Now here's the bad news. Not all children have access to the internet to be able to access our Audible books. And that kind of puts them at a disadvantage because, if you've got access to read books at home online, you can come to school the next day and take an AR quiz, right? Get your points, work on your level. Kids who do not have access to internet, they're kind of at a disadvantage, aren't they? It's not really a level playing field, is it? Okay. So students who need access to Audible books in order to help with comprehension or decoding words. When you hear an Audible book, you learn new words. You hear how they're pronounced. Some words look really funny, and you don't know how to pronounce them until you hear someone, right? So that's the good thing about Audible books. But kids who don't have access at home, they don't get to have that skill enforced either, okay? So this is what a playaway looks like. It's just a little box. I have one over here. Will you pick that one up for me, that little one? There's a little one here for Hatchet. It's that tiny. If you turn it around, on the back it works like a little MP3 player. You just plug in your headphones and you can listen. You can put a splitter cable on that. 2 people can listen at a time. Plug it into a computer in a classroom. The whole class can listen. If you want to go to a listening center and 8 people at a time plug in, everybody can listen to that book. So it's really a great thing. And my grant provided 20 of these. All right. You can also slow down how quickly the book, how fast you want to listen to the book. So if you're a slower reader, you can slow it down, listen to it very carefully. And this is the group that I focused on. My 7A library class, I had 21 students. And 6 of those 21 do not have access to the internet at home. So they were the first ones who had access to the playaways. That way they would have something they could listen to for several days in a row. They checked them out. They exchanged with each other. Now, other children did use them, not just the kids who didn't have internet. If they asked, we tried to work it out. But after the first 9-week grading period, when we did not have the playaways, 6 of those 7 students did not meet their AR goal. So I call that a problem, don't you? So I let them listen to the Audible books. And at the end of the 9-week grading period, the second one, 5 of those 6 students who were without internet met their AR goal. They felt very successful. And then, like I said, other kids did use them. I know I had one group that came in and listened to the one and only Ivan in a little whole group, and when they got finished, they all took their AR quiz, Even though they had access at home, maybe they had ball games, they had practice, they had things going on, they didn't have an opportunity to listen at home, so they could come into the library during their break and they could listen together.